What is going on, good people? We're live here on Esports Extra, the only live call-in sports show talking traditional sports and esports. We'll take your phone calls here live here on Esports Extra, 877-853-5247. That meeting ID is Esports Extra. That's 377-678-9872. Go ahead and hit that pound button twice to join the show. Once again, this is Esports Extra, the only live call-in sports show talking esports and traditional sports here on Twitch, twitch.tv/compete forever, on Mixer as well, mixer.com/compete forever, and also on Facebook, facebook.com/gaming/compete forever, and on YouTube, youtube.com/compete forever. Larry Ridley, SNY TV, NBC Sports, Madden NFL here. Happy Father's Day to each and every last father out there. And of course, we got one of the fathers on here, the broski, Durham Worrell, fellow sportscaster, NABJ, National Association of Black Journalists, and the queen. Got her crown right here. Of Esports Extra. She is Renee Montgomery, back after a whirlwind tour. Happy Father's Day to Diddy. How you guys doing on a Father's Day, man? A beautiful Sunday across the country.
Man, happy Father's Day to you too. Happy Father's Day. I don't know, Coach K, do you have a kid? Is there a baby Coach K out there?
No, we couldn't.
No. Okay. Well, happy Father's Day to you, Derwin, to you, Larry Laptop.
I'm an enhanced uncle.
He's got enough going on.
What's up with you, Dylan? I know you got the kids back there, man, or the kid back there and the wife and stuff, man. How's Father's Day for you, bro?
So far, so good. Got up late. I had a good breakfast. Wife made me breakfast. It's lovely. And right now, my son is on his laptop playing video games. Yeah. So that's why the house is so quiet.
Yeah, my son just texted me. He's down in Nashville getting ready for baseball, and he's like, happy, Father's Day, pops and stuff. And my three kids no one said anything in this house. My oldest son said happy Father's Day. My three smallest kids, they don't know anything about today. They're like, when are we gonna? When are you gonna take us for ice cream? I need this game. I need that game.
Today's just a day to them.
It's just another day. It's amazing, man. But Mother's Day, they never forget. Oh, it's Mother's Day. Father's Day, like, oh, Dad, you want some socks or? Can we get a tie or anything?
Well, what's a good gift for Father's Day? Coming from Father's, like, what is a good gift for Father's Day?
Something electronic, always,
Oh yeah. A gadget, a game, or something.
A gadget or a game. Okay.
How about some straight cash? Throw me some cabbage.
Oh yeah.
That's that's a little weird. That's not a normal gift.
It is.
Don't make it weird.
How about a trip or something? I'll take a spa day.
Whoa!
Me too.
Okay, a spa day. Okay.
But just the massage, things like that. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'm just asking. I don't know. Like maybe the listeners didn't know what guys want for Father's Day.
I like a mani or petty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
Okay, Derwin.
Underrated. He's not lying, folks.
Yeah. Back in the day, I used to get them done like every 2 weeks, but
them dogs is howling now.
My dogs could use a petty right now, but I make sure I take care of the back. The massage therapy. I'm with what's it called, Massage Envy. I definitely.
Nice.
Hey, man, you got to take care of yourself as much traveling as we do.
Treat yourself.
Treat yourself, man. I'm going to treat myself.
Don't cheat yourself.
I'm going to get me a large milkshake at Carvel here in a little bit.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
That's my father's
Nice.
Coach K's like he wants one too.
Yeah.
Renee, when you travel with us, you're going to realize that's all Coach K and I drink or eat, just milkshakes. We stop.
Oh, I love milkshakes, so I'm here for that.
All right. And I'm glad that you're here. Speaking of being here for that, we're glad that you're back. You were out on Thursday because you had a lot of big stuff going on. We'll get to that. Big show today here on Esports Extra live here on Twitch, Mixer, Facebook, and YouTube Gaming. We'll take your phone calls 877-853-5247. Meeting ID Esports Extra 377-678-9872. Press the pound button twice to join the show. We're going to be talking about Renee and social justice. We're also going to get into the Lakers holding secret workouts. Wait till you find out where it's at. Pretty cool. I have to do a lot of research just to find pictures and or video of this place. Mark Cuban saying he might kneel with his players. He's going to do whatever they decide. We'll talk about that. Major League Baseball camps shut down. We'll get into that. Eric Coleman, good buddy of mine, former Jet safety, line safety, and also Atlanta Falcons safety, colleague of mine at SNY, does a lot of Jets pre and post game shows. Also does the Jets on the radio here in New York. He'll join us live. We'll talk about Jamal Adams and the trade request. Best fits for Jamal Adams. Sam Darnold, the third-year quarterback, looking for a breakout season here with Gang Green and Gotham. Kaepernick. We'll get his thoughts on playing against Kaepernick, although he really didn't, but they played it in the same game, although they weren't on the field together. NCAA, SEC bringing the hammer down on the state of Mississippi. Ohio State and Alabama, two of the top 4 or 5 programs. They're going to have a football series. We'll get into that. Bruce Arena making some comments out there a little bit about the national anthem. We'll tell you his thoughts on that. Also, the other co-host of the show, OG King Kurt, Ivan Curtis. He'll join us live on the phone. He's in Dayton, Ohio, heading back home to get a little R&R. We'll talk to him about the 2K League, how the Raptors had an uprising, if you like to say. You like that? Did you get that? You catch that? Did any of you guys catch that?
I mean, I caught it. I didn't know if you guys saw it, but got it. Got it.
Toronto Raptors uprising. That's their name for the dudes up in the 6th in the NBA 2K League. We'll talk about Lamar Jackson as well, signing some Madden posters. Good Trouble, the movie coming out in less than 2 weeks. The stream, I believe, 3 weeks from today, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, no, 2. It's 2 weeks from today. Holy cow! It's 3 weeks last week. We got to get our stuff together. And compete forever on the Black News Channel. We're on 2 days, 2 times yesterday, on this morning at 11 and back on again at 6. We'll talk about that, how you can catch the Electric City Classic from Rivers Casino in Schenectady. All right, let's start at the top. We're talking Renee Montgomery. We're going to spend a little time. The floor is yours, young lady. You made a very influential decision, I believe. A lot of national outlets were talking to you. No, you're an inspiration. I'm dead serious. We joke a lot. We love you. You have our support. But damn, man, it took some cojones to do what you just did on Thursday. We salute you. We just want to know the process that you went through and how you arrived at this decision to sit out the WNBA season and to fight for all of us, social justice and social causes.
Yeah, so the decision wasn't light, obviously. And anybody that was really paying attention to my interviews could kind of see that I was leaning towards that because I wasn't thinking about sports at all. I was thinking about, I have nephews that are 6'4" and 6'5". That's what I was thinking about. I was thinking about, wow, when a cop pulls them over, they're not going to know that I'm their aunt, you know? So for people that were wondering, why would it impact me so much? I have family, you know, I don't want my nephews to be a hashtag. So I feel like right now we're having a moment as not just a country, but the world is sharing this moment with us. And I think that I just want to keep the moment going. So I don't know if people would be asking the same questions they're asking in 4 months after sports comes back. So I'm just going to see if we can keep the ball rolling outside the bubble.
What? When did you arrive at this decision? I'll talk to you Friday night, Juneteenth, and happy Juneteenth weekend, folks. It should be a national holiday, Juneteenth. You should know about it. Last of the slaves were freed in 1865, some 2.5 years later after the Emancipation Proclamation. All of the slaves were freed when they arrived in Texas to alert the remaining slaves in Texas that they indeed were free. How did you arrive at this decision? We talked on Friday. Could you let the audience know your decision-making process and when you arrived here?
Yeah, so I talked to my parents first, of course, and the nice Christian people they are, you know, they told me to pray on it.
Christian folks. Real good Christian folks.
They told me to pray on it, think about it, you know, but you know, they support whatever decision I make. So I would say a week before I announced it, about 4 days before I announced it, I talked to my head coach and just told her everything I was thinking and feeling. And she was like, look, as a coach, it sucks, but as a human, you know, I commend you on it. So once I kind of knew that was handled, obviously I talked to my family too. But once everybody that was close to me that it would impact knew, I kind of was ready to do it. And then I talked to Coach Ariema the day before I announced it, and he was telling me, you know, all the stuff that he was asking Maya Moore before she was going to do the same thing. And so he was asking me, you know, will you be able to handle, you know, if there are repercussions for you sitting out, and will you be able to deal financially? And, you know, he's asking from a father's perspective too. So
same thing I asked you on Friday, because it's on the forefront of everyone's mind. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I told him, you know, I was just answering the questions in my mind as he was asking me. And I'm like, you know, I'll figure it out financially. You know, I'll figure it out. Like, I'm fine. And so that's when I posted it the next morning and kind of like was like, yeah, I'm cool with it. Like, I'm pretty at peace with my decision with whatever happens after.
Yeah, good stuff. You were talking about Maya Moore. Any similarities to Maya, fellow UConn basketball star? Did you seek her guidance or counsel? Did you speak with her? And
I
what was
have
that conversation?
not.
Okay.
I have not. And, you know, people ask me to Coach Ariema reach back out to me too. I'm like, people like you have those friends that you could just not talk to for a long time, and then right when y'all talk, it's like everything's normal. So I kind of consider Coach Ariema, Maya Moore, they're that same. They don't have to reach out to me. I know how they feel about it. He told me how he felt about Mama doing it. So, I know how they feel, and I know that they like if I did reach out, I knew they would be there for me in a second.
Yeah. Durbin, you want to get in here? Any thoughts to your colleague here, the great Renee Montgomery,
Oh
man, who
my
made
God.
waves? No, you are great. I mean, dude,
Yeah.
it was on the ESPN ticker. Everyone's talking to you. We just showed pictures on CNN, Yahoo, TMZ. You did the Juneteenth celebration was on the front page of Twitch on Friday. You've been all over the place, and Black News Channel. You talked to Ashley yesterday. Go ahead, Durbin.
Yeah, I mean, when she made the announcement, I remember that she was talking to Coach Gino the day before. So what was this? What was like the most important thing that he told you about your decision?
Basically how I should make it for me. Like, so if I make it for me, then whatever happens after that, then you'll be happy with it. So he was basically like, just make sure that if everything falls apart, that you made this decision because of whatever reasons you want to make it for, and then you'll feel good about it. So I knew that like I'm very confident in why I'm making this decision, and my heart is pulling me towards that. So once he said that, I'm like, yeah, I'm good to go.
Any other thoughts on this, Durbin?
I just think it's tremendous, and she's a role model, and to all the
This
young
is
ladies out
awkward.
there. But you have to get
No,
your
I mean,
kudos because
yeah.
you're making a sacrifice for a big cause, and you have to be commended for it because everyone wouldn't do what you're doing. Most people would think about the bottom line,
Absolutely.
the dollar,
Yep.
and you're thinking about your nephews, you're thinking about other men, you're thinking about the race. So you should be commended for it, and I thank you.
We should celebrate you as a community because what you're
Oh
doing.
my
No, seriously,
goodness.
you're like I said. I mean, I tweeted it out. I put it on Instagram. You're fighting for all of us. I mean, yeah, this is a
Right.
Black Lives Matter issue. This is a social justice issue. This is a racial justice issue. But
Yeah.
you're fighting for all of us, and I don't want it to get lost. And these are not small and light words. This is not hyperbole, Renee. When I say this, like, I mean, Kaepernick took a stand, and look how he's sort of looked at today. It took 3 or 4 years. I think people will look back on this and say, "Man, that took some balls to do what he
Yeah,
Hmm.
did."
they were
But
ahead.
and
They
you
were
really
ahead of the
believed in this.
curve.
You believed in
Oh
this.
yeah.
That's the
Oh yeah.
thing.
Oh
Talk
yeah.
about your unwavering belief in this and how
Oh
it
yeah.
really touched your core.
Yeah, because I firmly believe that right now something's happening where you see, like we said, you see an NFL apologizing, something we would have never thought would happen. Even 2 weeks prior, 3 weeks prior, when we were talking about no way a lot of people are going to kneel. Like we even just had that apprehension, like we have something moving, but it ain't that big. And now we're going into the season like, yeah, I think a lot of people will kneel. So I just really think that right now is different than any other time we've ever had. And I feel like if we have a lot of people trying to, pour gasoline onto this movement and talking about it a lot and keep the conversation going, I think that a lot will get done because companies are listening, leagues are listening, everybody's listening right now. So
Right.
again, I don't know if that's going to be the same in 5 months. So that's why I really do believe that right now is a very crucial time in this whole movement.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead.
When
Go
you
ahead, Erwin.
and she hit it right, the nail right on the head. When you pay attention to what's going on right now, everybody's listening. I
Yeah.
mean, flags are coming down, statues are coming down. They're changing Aunt Jemima, Uncle Ben. I
Yeah.
mean, this is
Really
the
though, it
time.
sounds
Wait,
funny,
This
but
is the
really though.
time.
Quaker
This,
Oats. You're right.
I mean,
yeah,
stuff that are staples that we didn't even
Yeah.
know was even an
Mhm.
option to change. And that's why I mean, like, stuff that you would have just never even thought would have happened is happening right now. Like, people are ready to move quick. So if people are doing this real quick, well, let's get as much as we can in
yes,
while people are, that's my thought process. While everybody's looking to do something, let's get as much as we can because we know like this specific moment is not going to be forever, like
Right.
realistically. So let's get in everything we can while everybody's like all eyes on us.
This is so powerful, man. Gosh, I can't wait to see you next month in Atlanta, man. I seriously, I just
Yeah.
want to give you the biggest damn hug and just tell you,
Yeah.
man, I got you. Like, steel back, a steel spine. We got your back like chiropractic, and I'm going to do
You
everything in my power to
guys.
make sure, we raise you up, man. And we are your brothers. We'll take care of you. I know we got a couple of people here on the Mixer chat, pretty active today. Yes, we're live. Yeah, this is a real show.
Mixer?
Yeah,
yeah.
this is a real show. Y1 Clown or whatever. Salmon Meteor. Yeah, we are cool, and so are you, brother. Happy Father's Day if you have any kids. And Brandon, what's up? And yeah, guys, call in 877-853-5247.
Over here.
Meeting ID esportsXTRA if you want to talk to her. Renee, myself, and Durham. We're talking about Renee Montgomery and her social justice causes and fighting for reform. She made that announcement on Thursday. All right, guys, we'll keep this in the back burner right now, but we'll always continue to speak about this throughout the course of the rest of the show. Let's move to the NBA.
Oh, yeah.
To talk about the bubble. Orlando, I think they got to make their decisions if you in or out. I believe Tuesday or Wednesday, Renee. So that's going to be
25th for the WBA.
25th. Yeah, it's 24th or 25th. I don't know if it's Wednesday or Thursday, one of the two. But how about the Lakers? Now, look, it's not a surprise that guys are sort of, working out on their own. But the Lakers holding secret workouts at like this mogul's house.
Replica facility.
LA Gear CEO. I don't know how he got all that money. I tell you what, maybe it's almost blinking damn tennis shoes they were selling in the 90s. But he's worth like, I don't know, $200 or $300 million. He's got this huge crib in Bel Air, like two of them. One's got a huge basketball court, theater, movie theater, bowling alley, tennis courts, complete with locker room, replica floor from the LA Forum. Banners, you name it, everything hanging in the and LeBron actually visited there. I think his second or third year in the league, which you were showing pictures of that.
Oh my goodness!
How crazy is this to be a super fan like this? He's got eight courtside seats with the Lakers. Do the math, folks. Knicks and Lakers tickets are by far the most expensive. I know what I think your boy what's his name? Spike Lee.
Spike Lee.
It's like $200,000 or $300,000 a year just on his courtside tickets. This dude's got 8 of them in LA. So that's at least
he got that long money.
Yeah.
What did you guys think about this? And when you were looking up, were you having the same problem I was? Like, who the hell is Steven Jackson and not the old NBA player?
That's what I said. Wait, what? And then as I read more, I'm like, I'm more shocked about the replica court. So that is like he made a replica court. So the players feel like they're practicing on their court a little bit. That's like you said, a super fan's dream. So kudos to him for doing it. I mean, Bel Air, the whole storyline is like hilarious. But I mean, look, if you got money, they do some, like, if I had money, maybe I'll do some stuff like that too. I don't know. I don't have money like that, but kudos to him.
You got to be a fanatic, though, to have he's got pieces of the old LA Forum floor. He's got banners and everything hanging in there. There's a couple of pictures that I did find when LeBron was there, but I saw one of Steve Nash. We really couldn't get a picture of it, but I know Jermaine O'Neal and the Pacers practiced there in 07 with Al Harrington. LeBron and the Heatles went there in 2011. J.J. Redick co-signed on it because this came out, I believe, Thursday or Friday, Bill Simmons in his podcast. And J.J. Redick was like, Bill Simmons was like, look, there's a rumor that LeBron and AD are practicing at this dude's house in LA. And JJ
at this dude's house.
JJ Redick was like, yeah, that's true. I've been there before, and that's what everybody's hearing. And he sort of co-signed on it. So, Dory, your thoughts on this? It's a pretty crazy story, actually.
My man is obsessed, but I'm not mad. I'm not mad at him though. That's a fan's dream, man. And you got these great stars come by your house, just hang out and chill. That's incredible. And what do you guys think about the fact that, everybody's practicing, but is that somewhat of an advantage for the Lakers?
Yeah, I was wondering why they said secret workout, as if people, I don't know. It's like, do we have to say secret anymore? Is it a secret?
I think it's in a
secret location.
Secret location. Yeah, secret location.
This is like, and this just reminded me, like, if Richie Rich grew up and then had an adult version of the Richie Rich house where it was roller coasters and stuff, that is him. So Steven Jackson is just living a wealthy man's dream.
Wow.
Pretty much. Man. Like, I've never seen anything like it, but you look at that floor and you're like, holy cow.
What is that guy worth? What is he worth?
Like he's worth $200 or $300 million. He's got 2 homes there. There are 2. If you saw the shots, Coach K, let's put them up again. It's a sprawling complex, dude. And you can see behind the house, there's this huge, like, gym-looking facility, and that's it. That's got to be it, and it's huge, dude. He's got 2. Wild. I think he's got 2 homes that are worth in between $10 and $20 million on the property. So he's got basically like $20 to $30 million, like just or $20 million worth of homes on the property. It's ridiculous, dude. It's in it. We got some bird eye views of it and some Google Maps video of pictures of it. There's not a lot out there other than the guy's rich as hell, and he's a fanatic like that. Coach K, what's up?
I want to know how many light up Elijah sneakers he sold to have that. A lot of
Listen,
LA
I
Gear.
had a pair, so I'm gonna tell you right now, I contributed to the facility. Okay, my parents, I should say, my parents did. So, like, I should be able to visit at least, right? Can I get a visit?
Shout out to Snook and Diddy. We know you guys are watching. We thank you. We love you, and thank you for giving us this natural treasure, this
Oh
national
my
treasure
goodness.
named Renee Montgomery. Dolan, did you have any LA Gear back in? That's the one
Oh,
sneaker that I did not buy. I'm like, I'm not
no.
falling for the banana in the tailpipe on that one.
Not in New York.
Someone sing the song. Someone knows a song.
No, you know it. You were singing it last night.
LA Gear. You guys remember that? All right, you guys.
No.
Oh, come on. I was going to dance to it, man.
We weren't wearing LA Gear out here.
No.
I wasn't
either. Apparently, a lot of young kids and youth in America in the 90s will walk around with the daggone blinking sneakers, man, because they're all over the place.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on to Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban made the announcement. He was on a program and he was talking about, the social justice causes and the kneeling. And he says, look, if his players want to do that, he's certainly open to joining them. Your thoughts, guys, on Mark Cuban, one of the top, 3 or 4 owners as far as visibility, definitely one of the richest owners in the NBA with the Dallas Mavericks, making these remarks, saying he's down with the cause.
I love Mark Cuban. He's by far my favorite owner. Just a stand-up guy. I met him years ago, NABJ, might have been 04 in Dallas. And just always a stand-up guy. He gave money to NABJ, the Sports Task Force. It was $100,000, Larry.
Yeah, recently, yes.
Recently, $100,000.
It was a lot of money. It was thousands.
He gave a lot. Yeah, he gave a lot of money to NABJ Sports Task Force to help the guys out during this COVID time.
Speaking of that, we're doing a virtual task force. I think I'm going to be doing an esports panel. We'll talk more about that in the days and weeks ahead, but it's going to be coming up here in the next, I guess, within the next month, I guess.
And he also talked about how he was going to pay all his concession people for the arena for the days they're not working. So he's always giving. He's always thinking about the little people. So it's not going to shock me at all if he takes a knee with the rest of his guys, who those are his guys. Some of them he feels like, those are his kids. So he really cares. And I'm not surprised at all that if he decides to take a knee.
Renee, your thoughts, Cuban, taking a knee, or at least even, considering it.
Yeah, I agree. So Mark Cuban is one of my faves as well. I love Shark Tank. And the reason I say that is because in Shark Tank, he even makes fair deals in there. So I don't know if anybody watches the show, but he's just an all-around good guy. So people will know what I mean by that. Like, he won't even do a deal where he feels like he's ripping someone off. He'll always do a deal that makes sense for them, a deal that makes sense for him. And so I'm not surprised that he's going to be a team player. And if the players want to kneel, he's kneeling with them. Because again, that's just what he has shown on himself on different platforms too. So that's why I said Shark Tank, because it's not like he's one way with athletes and then he's another way in business. Like, this is how this guy is when he's doing business, period. And I think that that's an ultimate compliment. So, I mean, you love to see it. That's that's a win.
Put it on the left column.
That's a win.
That's a win. Like, an owner kneeling, like that's crazy. That's a win.
You know what? I love, Renee, that's something that's being linked to you and sort of synonymous with you. That's a win. Take those wins. I'm going to start saying that too. You know what? Check one in the left column, man. That's
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Take that and get the hell out of here.
We got to take our wins and go, okay? Yeah. Mark Cuban, and if any owner was going to be the first one to do it, like, he's the one. He's the one that has shown.
You just didn't do that, Coach K. The Coach K back there doing the freaking Jameis Winston.
He did. I saw it.
He's wild. Yeah, I did that actually. We were talking about him last time.
I saw the video where Renee talked about that, and as soon as he said it, I was watching. I was like, I like that because
she's been saying that since the first day on this show. That's her thing.
Yeah.
Whenever a win's a win. Whenever you can get a win, you just got to get it. And no win is too small, too big. And right now, as a country, as a nation,
we'll take them all.
We taking these wins to get wins.
Yes, sir.
Confederate flag coming down in some. That's
left
a win.
and right. Left and right.
We didn't even ask them for Aunt Jemima and Uncle Ben, but those are wins. No changing that.
You see, people are volunteering. People are volunteering wins. We'll take them. Okay.
Come on, you got to take them. Keep it moving.
Yeah,
If we can get Jerry Jones to speak, that'll be another win. We'll see
that's not just a win. That's got to be a conference finals win. That's a conference championship. Okay, we got to give that a different level of a win.
Yeah. That's good stuff there. Eric Coleman will be calling in momentarily. Coach K, real quickly, let's talk Major League Baseball camps. We got to get Renee out of here. Renee, we're going to beat the time that we talked about, actually. Okay. I'm going to do you a solid on that because I owe you anyway. Major League Baseball camps are closed. Not a big surprise. COVID-19 had some issues with the Phillies and some other teams. So instead of going to spring training, looks like the guys will go to their home parks, the 30 Major League Baseball cities. I know the Mets and Yankees were prepared for that. Not a huge shock there. What is a shock is the fact that we still don't have a deal. I told you, if we don't get we get the Monday or Tuesday, guys. I'm like,
no, you said by this show.
I said by Saturday they should have one.
You said if they don't have one by this show, you are finished.
And I did amend it. I said definitely by Monday or Tuesday.
Okay.
I said they should have a deal.
No, you did say that. You did. But I mean, but this is like everybody was so sure of it. This is a hard thing to do. People need to understand the CBA negotiations usually take like a year. And that's almost like renegotiating a CBA just for a short amount of time. That's wild. So I'm really, and again, it's with the MLB, they have the best MLB PA, period. Like they have the best one in sports. So I'm not surprised that it's taken them so long because they are going to make sure they get the deal they want.
Yeah, 60 games. The MLB side offered, MLB PA offered, they wanted 70. Look, I mean, if they don't sign the agreement, then they got to revert back to Rob Manfred, the MLB commish, to come up with the season. That's going to be less than 60. The players are getting the prorated salaries. Real quickly, in about 15 seconds, Drew, I want to get your thoughts on this before we bring in Eric Coleman.
And I think that's all fine with the owners because I don't think the owners care at all. They just either would not want to play the season or just play less than 50 games. So it works in their favor.
Yeah, we heard the report. Our SNY Major League Baseball insider, Andy Martino, reported there's as many as 6 or 8 even that really don't want to play. Well, if you got 8, that's more than 3/4 of what you need to get the season. So we'll keep our eyes and ears on Major League Baseball. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are huge days. If it doesn't happen this week, guys, we're out. I am saying that we're out. This is it.
He took us with him. He said, we're out.
We're out. As a show, we're all out.
We're out.
You're listening to and watching Esports Extra here live on Twitch, Mixer, Facebook, and YouTube. We'll take your phone calls, 877-853-5247. That meeting ID, Esports Extra, 377-678-9872. Hit the pound button twice to join the show. Let's go ahead and bring in former Jetstar safety, Falcons and Lions safety. A good friend of mine does some SNY stuff with the Jets pre and post game show and other shows. Also Stony Brook, doing a lot of stuff. CBS Sports Radio does some Mad with us. Jets on the radio, Jets on the local CBS station. All around good guy, Eric Coleman. Happy Father's Day to you, kind sir. What's up, bro?
Thank you, my brother. Happy Father's Day to you as well.
Yes,
just
sir, man.
Enjoying this day, man. Down in Florida, enjoying the pool and enjoying this nice weather.
Look at you on Father's Day. You're still rubbing it in on Father's Day.
Right.
You have no shame, do you, Eric? You have no shame.
In Florida, too.
Gotta rub it in, man.
We're speaking here with Eric Coleman, former Jets safety. Does a lot TV, college football as well, talking with the Jets. Eric, want to get your thoughts on this Jamal Adams situation. We've spoken about it ad nauseum, but this time seems a little different. He's responding to regular fans on Instagram. He's making it known he wants to be traded. He's even got a list out there of 7 or 8 teams. Now, mind you, they're the 8 best teams in the NFL. Just your thoughts on what they're going to do. What does the Jets do with the situation? He's making $3.5 million next year. I think he can be franchised for about 12 next year. He wants to be paid about $20 million. How does this thing end for the Jets and Jamal Adams, Eric?
Man, that's a great question. And, I mean, certainly you see the body of work that Jamal Adams has put out there. You know, he's the 6th pick overall. And when you draft a player at number 6, you expect great things out of him. And, Jamal Adams is not disappointed. He's a Pro Bowler. He's an All-Pro. He's a great leader. He brings energy every day and has really just dedicated himself to the Jets organization. Whether they're winning by 20, whether they're losing by 30, Jamal is going to be the same player. And in my eyes, you want to reward a player like that. I think it sets a great standard for your organization. It shows the other players that, if you come out here and work hard, you perform, you put up the numbers, you're going to be rewarded. But, in Jamal Adams' case, he wants to be the highest paid safety ever. And I certainly I think he deserves it. This is a guy who goes out and puts up big numbers. You look at guys like Christian McCaffrey, Ezekiel Elliott, who are setting the bar. Patrick Mahomes is about to set the bar as far as how much money players make. And, Jamal Adams falls right in line with those guys. So I do think the Jets will bring their number up. I feel like he's such a special player, they're not going to let him go. And plus, if he wants to get traded, the Jets are going to want 2 first-round picks. And I don't see a team giving up 2 first-rounders to attain any player at this point, unless he's a quarterback.
Now, Eric, you played the safety position. Of course, he says he wants $20 million. Top of the market right now is around $13, $14 million for safety. Don't know if he'll get the 20, but the Jets do have to do something. Here's a guy that's made back-to-back Pro Bowls, only 3.5 this year. That's all he's being paid, $3.5 million. So he's definitely underpaid and undervalued now. Where do they settle? And do you think I think you did just mention that Joe Douglas and those guys will give him a deal, but they do have the franchise deal in his pocket, in their pockets for next year and also the year after that as well. So how does this thing sort of play out? What number do you see? You think it's around 10, maybe 12? I don't see it going much higher than 12. What do you think, Eric?
Well, I think it's going to get a lot higher than that, just because Jamal is going to be the highest paid safety ever. I think everyone can agree with that because of just the state of the game. I mean, the franchise, the amount of money that they have to spend now. I expect him to land somewhere between 16, 17 million a year. But the key is going to be that guaranteed money. How much of his contract is guaranteed? A lot of players get these big contracts, but the key is to look at the guarantee, because no matter what happens, teams move on. They fall out. Players fall out of favor. That guaranteed money is what those players want. And it'd be great to see a fully guaranteed contract. To set the standards, like you see in Minnesota with Kirk Cousins. Guys are trying to get close as they can to that guaranteed number, and I expect Jamal to get around 16 or 17 a year.
Okay, that's, definitely wouldn't surprise me there. You look at guaranteed money. I think Landon Collins around 40 million, a little more than 40 plus million. So you're right. We'll keep our eyes on the guaranteed portion. We're talking here live to Eric Coleman, former Jets safety, live here on esportsXTRA, the only live call-in sports show talking traditional sports and esports here on Facebook, Mixer, YouTube, and Twitch. Eric, you look at Adams' best fit. He talked about in those responses and replies on Instagram. Look, he said it's time to move on. And I know one of the Jets fans, he felt bad. Like, look, I didn't goad him into this. I mean, I'm just a regular guy who responded to me. What are some of the best fits? We saw Williams, the big tackle, sign with the 49ers. He added him and tagged him on there. So there's a lot of teams that he could be a good fit for. Cowboys, Niners, Ravens, Texans, Chiefs, you name it. What do you think would be the best fit if he does not come back and play for Gang Green?
Well, I mean, that's a great question. And I know Jamal, he comes from a winning program in high school. He comes from a winning program at LSU. So he wants to be in contention. I know that he has a relationship with Todd Bowles down in Tampa Bay. Mm-hmm. Tom Brady's down there. They're looking to make one more run at the Super Bowl. So we'll see how that goes. But, I mean, he would certainly fit into a Todd Bowles scheme. Obviously he's from Dallas. He would love to go play for his hometown. But, I think that price may be a little too high. And I don't see Dallas paying Jamal Adams before they pay Dak Prescott all that guaranteed money. So, there are plenty of fits for Jamal. I think Baltimore just signed Earl Thomas, so they're good at safety. Although they are 2 different types of safeties. You're not going to spend that much money on your back end if you're a defense. But, he's a great addition to any team. And ultimately, I hope to see him in the green and white for the next 5-10 years.
Yeah, good stuff. And we saw Trent Williams. He definitely tagged him when he had the picture that he was signing his contract with the 49ers. That was pretty funny. Let's talk about the Jets quarterback, third-year quarterback. Sam Darnold, of course, had the mono last year, had the bout with mononucleosis. Decent season, especially towards the end, 19 picks. I mean, I think 19 TDs, 13 picks. Jets went 6-2, though, Eric, down the stretch. Mm-hmm. What is the outlook for Sam Darnold going into season 3 with the Jets?
You know what? I think that there's a lot of expectations on Sam Darnold. When available, I think he's performed and he's shown that he will improve. Just give him some experience, put some tools around him, and I certainly liked what the Jets did with their offensive line situation. They added some stability up at their offensive line. That's going to help with the running game. He's going to, Le'Veon Bell is going to be heavily featured in his offense, which is only going to help Sam Darnold kind of simplify that game. He's going to be able to throw against some 7-man boxes, as opposed to everyone loading it up and stopping Le'Veon. Everyone's going to have to respect the run, but yet Sam Darnold is athletic enough. He's accurate enough. He has the arm strength to make every throw. So he's going to make some defenses pay for what Le'Veon does up front. So I really do have high expectations for Sam. I think this is going to be the year where he kind of takes things to the next level.
All right, Eric, before we let you get out of here, man, I wanted to ask you about, of course, Colin Kaepernick been in the news. We saw what, Roger Goodell said last week. He should be back in the league. He's apologized. And then we saw the players talking about kneeling, from Baker Mayfield to head coaches to Bill O'Brien saying he's going to kneel. Now, you played against the Niners in the year he started breaking out in 2012. You were with the Lions your last year. He didn't play that game. I think Alex Smith was still playing that game. You guys lost to the Niners. What did you see back then, and what do you know of Cap? And does he still have it? Does he belong in this league, and does he have the desire to play in the National Football League? So about 3 or 4 part question there. I want to get your thoughts as a former NFL player that's made a lot of money. He's got arms about the size of Hulk Hogan.
Those are some great questions, and I did play against Colin Kaepernick, in San Francisco a year. And super talented player, athletic, has crazy arm strength. Not the most accurate quarterback, in his playing, but can definitely get outside the pocket, scramble, he can make every throw. He has the arm strength. He can throw the ball a mile. But I don't know his motivation. I don't know if he's, I know that he's been working out. I know that he's been training, but it's difficult when you get out of the league for 1, 2, 3, and I think it's going to be 4 years for him to be out of football that long. It's going to be hard for a quarterback to get thrown right back into that game. The game changes every single year. You see players, you see quarterbacks thrive one year, the next year you don't hear from them, because that's how quick word spreads across the NFL of how to stop players. They're scheming against you personally. They're not just scheming against your team. They're going to be scheming against Colin Kaepernick, and he's been out of the game for some time. He's going to be very rusty. So for that reason, it's going to be hard for me to see him coming back to play. Obviously I think he does have the talent. He does have the skill set to play in this league, but I think that 4-year gap is going to be what hurts him the most.
Yeah, and look, I've got a sneaky suspicion and a feeling that he will be back this season. I think someone's going to sign him. I don't know if it's Anthony Lynn, who talked about him last week. Doug Peterson, all they said, with the Eagles, they all said, hey, he's definitely a guy that should be in the league, somebody that's on our workout list and emergency list. So we'll see. We've even heard, some links, I think a little out there with the Patriots as well. So we'll see about Colin Kaepernick. Eric, man, enjoy the sun and the fun, and happy Father's Day down in Florida, man. Tell the wife and the kids that said hello, do it, and we will definitely be in contact soon. Hopefully we'll be able to do some Madden events here soon now we've got the TV deal with the Black News Channel.
Yeah, I look forward to it, man, and happy Father's Day to you, and you guys have a wonderful Sunday afternoon.
Same to you, Eric, man. Have a good one. Be safe down there in Florida, brother. Thank you.
Happy Father's Day.
All right, good stuff. Yes, sir. That is Eric Coleman, former Jet safety, Atlanta Falcons safety, and also Detroit Lions safety. Was a bad boy here with the Jets. They drafted him in, I believe, 2004 out of Washington State. Had big picks, the first 4 or 5 years here in the Jets, and then he played a couple of years with the Falcons and a couple of years with the Lions. Last year was in 2012. So he did get to see Kaepernick in that 2012 game a little bit there. Guys, your thoughts on what Eric had to say in any of the subjects, talking about Jamal Adams, Sam Darnold, or Cap? We'll start with you, Renee.
No, I like the way he talked about fitting in systems. You know what I mean? Like, I think that when he talks from I don't know football well, so when I hear him talk about football from the inside out, the targets and different things, I always just sit here in amazement. So appreciate perspective from real ballers. Like, because on Twitter, I hate when, if you never played the sport, there's certain things you just don't know. I'm sorry, it's true. So there we are. I like that.
Certain thing. No, there's a lot they don't know.
You know what I mean?
There's
for real.
There's a lot they know nothing about.
And I could just tell how he was spitting it out. I'm like, this is like locker room talk. So I just was like, okay,
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know about the locker room. Come on now, 2
Come
times.
on. Yeah, that's why I said I was enjoying it because
things.
it was on the football side of it. So that's why I said this was cool. I was enjoying it just like as a fan, just listening in, like, okay.
Your thoughts, Derwin, hearing D-Dubs, hearing the great Eric Coleman, man. Good brother, by the way. A fine gentleman, like a real good dude. Like,
I
down
like that.
Good,
like
good.
he's a good dude. And plus, when you're walking around with him, he's got those guns, man. You're like, ain't nobody mess with Eric Coleman. You ain't doing that. You don't want that smoke. He'll put you in the headlock and he might kill you.
Well, his thoughts on Cap, I think, was spot on. I mean, Cap, excellent athlete, great athlete, could run. I always talked about his running ability, getting out of the pocket. Very good arm, but his problem was accuracy. He wasn't the most accurate quarterback. He threw everything 100 miles per hour, and sometimes you have to have that kind of touch. And now you're trying to put a guy back in the league that's missed 4 years. And I think it's going to be really hard. You know, people say, well, he's in the top 64 and he could be a backup. But what, you know, even if somebody brings him into camp for a tryout, now is he really going to be your second string quarterback? Because like a lot of teams don't carry 3 quarterbacks. A lot of teams carry 2. So are you going to put
overwhelming
Cap as
majority carry just 2? Absolutely, you're right.
Yeah, you're going to put Cap as your number 2 quarterback who's you know, an injury away from starting?
Dude, you act like it's a bum that's never played.
No, you don't.
Okay, here we go, Dad.
This is so good.
Time out.
I don't want to do this on Father's Day.
No, listen.
On Father's Day.
Fathers, Derwin, on Father's Day.
Don't do it.
No, you don't do it.
You don't do it.
No, you don't do it.
Listen. Take Seattle for example, right? They have Russell Wilson, right? Russell Wilson's there. Before they had brought Cap in, they had a guy, second-year player, making $1 million.
Yeah, well, okay.
You know,
let's stick with the money part. Okay,
listen.
Because Sam Darnold is a starter, a number 3 pick, completion percentage about the same, TD to interception ratio worse, QBR worse, QBR rating worse, and he's a starter in the league.
Larry,
when you have a popping up, we just talked to Eric about
Larry, when you have a salary cap, there is no need to bring a guy in and pay him.
Sam Darnold's only making a few $1 million. Remember, he's on a rookie deal.
He's on a rookie deal. Everyone's not on a rookie deal, though.
That's true.
You know, you got some teams that are on a rookie deal.
All I'm saying is just present it to him. Just present it to him and come back and get in front of a camera and say, we wanted to give him $3 or $4 million to be the backup, and he turned it down. And then I'll shut up.
Listen, let's take Anthony Lynn, for example. Anthony Lynn brings him in for a tryout. You know, I don't think Tyrod Taylor's great. We see who Tyrod Taylor is, but is he going to cut Tyrod Taylor to put in Colin Kaepernick and pay him more money than Tyrod Taylor?
Well,
for what?
That's a tricky one because they got that rookie they just saw. What's his name?
Exactly.
Herbert, right?
The rookie. He's the future.
So he's definitely going to be there. If he brings him in, then Tyrod might have to go. You're not keeping all 3. But that's a tricky situation. There are other situations that work. Jacksonville. Or Raiders. You know, there are plenty of teams. Houston doesn't.
Raiders don't work. Jacksonville?
I mean, there's some
Jacksonville
teams.
Maybe. Raiders no, because Mariota's there. You got to remember who's there.
That's true. But Mariota, he's getting to be Kaepernick. At some point, he's had a lot of
time but he played last year. Cap didn't. I'm taking Mariota.
And he lost his job too. Lost his job spectacularly.
There's less teams that you think that could take him.
No, there's not. When we say the 32 teams, he's one of the top 64. You're right. It could still be a numbers game where it's not the right fit. So I do give you that. Is he one of the top 64? Absolutely. What's the right fit? There are about 4, 5, 6 teams where you can honestly say this would be a good landing spot. Jacksonville's one. Hell, KC might not be bad as a backup. Baltimore might not be bad as a backup. The Raiders
I don't see Baltimore.
Wouldn't be bad. Hell, Arizona wouldn't be bad.
Listen, I thought about
wouldn't be bad. Cincinnati wouldn't be bad. There's a lot. I can name you about 8 teams where literally he could play.
Well, I saw Kansas City come up because of Andy Reid. He'll hold the clipboard. He can learn a lot from Andy.
He worked with Vic, yeah, absolutely.
Andy would vouch for him if he's on his best day.
Doug Peterson with the Eagles.
But Doug Peterson, there's too many guys there. I don't see him fitting in there. And then
you got
there's too many guys
hurt like every other game,
right? And you got the guy Jalen Hurts is there.
Jalen Hurts a rookie, but you can kind of hold on to him. Like if you look, you can bring in Cap for a year, and maybe if you think that Jalen is not ready and not going to play at all this year, that wouldn't be a bad situation. That's a little different than San Diego, maybe. But yeah, I hear what you're saying. But look, there to say there's not any fits is, I think, that's a little disingenuous. To say there aren't very many fits.
You're rolling the dice on that guy.
Yeah, we are.
It's Las Vegas. You're rolling the dice. And I thought
He's
about the
Las
Raiders.
Go play for the Raiders then.
Yo,
Play
I
for
thought
the
about
Raiders.
the Raiders because, he played at Nevada. And then I thought about, well, he can't play there because of Mariota. Mariota's getting $8 million. They're paying Mariota $8 million. And he's a former starter.
What's guaranteed? That's a lot for a backup. What's guaranteed?
Yeah.
What's guaranteed of that 8? We got to figure that part out. So
I got to figure that out.
Okay.
But I don't know. And then what happens, Larry? If you bring him in, and then for whatever reason you decide to cut him, everybody's going to everyone's in an uproar.
Now that I will give you that. That is a real valid point. A lot of people are not going to handle any mistreatment because it's like everybody probably felt that they already watched it once and they're like, we're not going to let it happen again.
And the pendulum has been swinging, and now you want to be on Cap's side. You don't want to be going against that.
Right. I'm with Cap. What was the saying? I'm with Cap.
I'm with Cap.
Yeah.
So why even open yourself? Why even open yourself to that? What if he doesn't?
Now that is a good
point.
What if
he's 4 years removed and he's just God? You're not even factoring in if he's God awful.
Durwin, we're not going to do this black on black crime on Father's Day.
No, we're not, Durwin. Black.
Durwin, boy, I tell you, be capping out there in Brooklyn, man.
No pun intended.
No cap when you talking about Cap. He be capping, bang, 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 bang.
Yeah, he's
something else.
It's entertaining. I'm not gonna lie. Every time y'all do it, it's entertaining.
I will say this: he makes valid points. I just want to try to focus him because he'll get on these tangents like, Derwin, stop with the completion percentage, TDs. just stick to. Does he want backup money? And I don't trust him. I don't think he has the heart to play. You say those two things, you won't get anything out of me.
I don't trust him, and he ain't playing for $2 million.
See, well,
you're not.
That's a TV soundbite. That's a TV sportscaster right there, ladies and gentlemen. See how strategic and direct it is? There's no waffling. That's what you need to do, Derwin. That's how you, brother. You got a bright future, man. And when you make it, I want you to reach your hand down and you pull Larry Ridley up with you and say, "Look what I did." It all stemmed from the Kaepernick conversation in 2020. And I want you to come back and get us, bro, because we're rolling with you.
Okay.
Send the elevator back down. That's what they say.
Oh, man. Go ahead, real quick.
But also, he also touched upon Jamal Adams.
Yeah, he did.
Jamal Adams, you're not giving the safety $20 million. I don't even think.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was thinking about, too.
That's quarterback money.
17 and even
starting
17?
QB money. Top 10 starting QB money.
Safeties, you'll be lucky if you get 12, maybe 14.
But I agree with the guaranteed part is the part of the contract to look at.
Well, I think Landon Collins, if I'm not mistaken, don't quote me, he's around $40 million guaranteed, I think is the highest for safety. He's a better safety than Landon Collins. They're both box safeties. I think Jamal's a little bit better. I don't think he's as good as down in Baltimore, our guy, we were talking about the safety.
Earl Thomas.
Yeah, Earl Thomas III. He's not as good as Earl because, Earl can do both. He can play the pass. But look, Jamal's a star. Pro Bowl the last 2 seasons. He's making $3.5 million, dog. Vastly underpaid. That's nothing.
You gotta reward him. Yeah,
you gotta reward him.
You gotta reward him.
But they got this year, the 4th year, and they got the 5th year option, dude. Like, whew.
But see,
they
normally
got him in a squeeze.
I've seen teams normally what they would do is rip up that contract, give him a new deal.
Exactly.
But he's got to be
4th year. They do. Yes.
He's got to be reasonable though.
Yeah.
$20 million.
Well, next year he's guaranteed, I believe, it's like 9.9. So somewhere, let's call it 10 million next year. So now he'll be in the money, and now he's going to be in the ballpark. And then, of course, you get the 5th year. You get not the option. No, not the option, but the franchise tag. And now he's like, all right, now you're around 14, 13, 14, 15. And now it's like, all right, let's talk game because you're going to pay me that anyway. It's kind of like Dak. Like, all right, you're going to give me, I want 35. Well, the franchise tag is like 32 this year anyway. So you got to give it to me. So we'll see where they land.
Yeah, but by that time, he's already disgruntled now. He's going to be, he sees that franchise tag.
Hang on for one more year. That's the thing. He might have to. Or they got to get rid of
that franchise tag. He's going to be livid. He's already upset. He's been chirping for the last year or so.
We'll see.
You either got to give him a new deal or try to move him.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it gets out. Real quickly, guys. NCAA and the SEC. Real quickly, your thoughts in like 15 seconds less. We want to bring in OG here in the next 6 or 7 minutes. Hang on, OG. We'll get to you. NCAA, SEC, both making statements this past week. They're not going to reward the state of Mississippi with NCAA championships or SEC championships due to the Confederate symbol on their flag. They're still the last state in the union. 49 out of 50 do not have it. Mississippi does. Your thoughts on this? I'm with it. I'm for it. Mississippi, we
Listen,
need to act together.
that's a win.
My
That's a
ex-wife,
win.
my ex-wife lives in Mississippi. I'm sorry. Your state's got to pay for this. You guys
Yeah.
got to come correct. I'm sorry.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's a win. That's a win because
Yeah.
this is what I call positive peer pressure. Like this is pressure. There is pressure being applied. Like you will not be rewarded with anything until the Confederate flag is removed. That's a huge win because NCAA as an entity, Mississippi can't get around that. Like there's no getting around the NCAA. So you love to see it. That's a win.
And that state is in no position to turn down any money or not make any
Right.
money. They're
They need
last
it.
in pretty much every damn thing. So, Derwin, your thoughts? Education, health. I can go on and on and on. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they need it. They got to get on board. This train is about to leave the port,
Yeah.
leave the station. They better get on board, change that flag, do something.
That's
But it's a
old
great,
news.
Well,
yeah,
yeah. I was there when they got rid of Colonel Reb. I was there. My career started there in 2003. I believe it was in '03 or '04. They got rid of Colonel Reb, brought in this little black bear or whatever, which was weird. But and you had some stuff. Look, there's always been something going on at Ole Miss, and also that's in Oxford and in Starkville with Mississippi State. Look, it's gonna hurt the recruits. You already got a crazy coach down there, Mike Leach, at Mississippi State. The other coach at Ole Miss got fired because of some crazy nonsense. The quarterback got into a fight and some other nonsense, other statements he was making. Look, this state needs to do better. I hope they come around. There was a poll recently split right down the middle, it was right at like 45 or 46% of the state wanting to remove the Confederate symbol off the flag. That's a
Wow.
win in that state. So hopefully the pressure, like Renee says, keep the pressure up and then take your win and then keep it moving and then they can join the rest of the country. Welcome to the union, guys.
Right.
In the year
Welcome.
2020. Welcome to the union. Hopefully you guys understand.
Hope you like what we've done with the place.
Yeah, that side lost. They lost. You know that, right? Just
yeah.
for some people out there that still don't know, they actually lost
Oh,
the
my
Confederacy.
goodness.
All right, let's move it along. Speaking of down south, Ohio State and Alabama. Two of the top 4 or 5 programs going to get together 2027, 2028. I think, Coach K, the first year 2027 in Columbus, right? And I think 2028 in Tuscaloosa, or as they like to say down south with the other SEC schools, Tuscaloosa.
Yeah,
I can say that 'cause I'm from down south.
2027 in Columbus.
In Columbus and 2028 in Tuscaloosa.
Yes,
This
sir.
is good for football. How excited are you guys to see these two powerhouses go at it in September? I freaking love it as a college football fan. Renee.
Oh,
awesome.
you listen. You know where my Diddy shouts out to your team, Ohio State. He's a Buckeye. He's from Ohio, so
Okay.
I can already see how that's going to go. That's going to be a whole event. So I'm excited because I'm excited for my Diddy. So and it's good for football. Like anytime you can get like a powerhouse matchup, for any sports fans, we're here for it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
D-Dubs,
definitely.
man. College football, dude.
Big Ten versus SEC, the two powerhouses for both conferences. That's a win. That's a win for both conferences and the NCAA to pull that off back to back years. So it's sad that we got to wait 8 years for it. But,
Yeah,
I know,
that's-
yeah. 7 years ago.
You know,
at least, yeah.
yeah. So, but it's on the table. So that'll be a great matchup. I don't know if has Alabama ever been to Ohio? Played
I
up
don't know.
there?
I don't know if they've been to Ohio State. They last played in the national championship semifinal, college football
they-
playoff. The first one
Yeah.
5 years ago, 2015 or maybe 2014. That was the Zeke Elliott game, and that they came back. They beat Alabama and shocked them, and went on to win the national title when they rolled over Oregon that year.
That's going to be a hot ticket at the Horseshoe.
Oh,
That is
what?
going to be a big time ticket.
What?
for
Both
that game.
stadiums hold over 100,000 fans.
Ooh, man.
And it's going to be
That's good.
sold out.
Yes,
Yes.
it's sold out now. And hell,
That's already-
I don't care if coronavirus is around. You'll probably get 100,000 people to say, you know what?
Oh,
I'll
you
take a
would.
damn chance.
Oh, you
I'll
would.
take a chance.
Look, I said it before. How many ever people they allow in that Ohio State arena, they will be there. So if they allow 10,000, they will be there. If you allow 100,000, they will be there. I'm telling you, sports fans are ready.
Yes,
Yeah.
we are ready. So over 100,000 at the Horseshoe in Columbus, and down there at Bryant Denny Stadium in Tuscaloosa, about an hour outside of Birmingham. going to be rocking in 2027 at Ohio State, 2028 at Alabama. All right, let's next topic real quickly before we get to OG. How about Bruce Arena, the former U.S. soccer coach with the national team, made some comments the other day talking about the anthem and how we should just scrap the thing. We shouldn't play the national anthem before sporting events. And I've heard of this take before. It's not new. In a way, I'm sort of kind of agree with them. It's like, look, if you guys want to fight over this damn thing and make it so sacrilegious, then just remove it from sports. Make it non-political and get it out of there. I don't know, but I see where he's going with this. Just your thoughts on this. We'll start with you, Derwin.
I would like for it to stay because you just give people a choice. You know, we're supposed to live in a free country where you can make your own choices. Certainly, if you want to stand, you stand. You want to kneel, kneel. You want to sit down, sit down. I mean, that's the point that we're at now. We've gone from everyone standing, removing their hats, and it being, you know, a respectful thing. And that's pretty much going out the window because you're going to have people kneeling. So just give them a choice. I think if you totally remove it from sports, you're going to have people upset that want to salute the flag. And then I think, first thing I think about, what about the Olympics? Do you not have, you know, the ceremony with the medals and, you know, in the Olympics and stuff like that?
But see, that's different. It's after you win. He's saying before games. That's the tricky part. Well, that's the quote that I'm latching on to. So that's a good point. But he did say, to his credit, before games. In the Olympics, after the game, that's a medal ceremony. So that's different. That's tradition.
But
that is different.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, playing the anthem before games, it's not the newest thing, but it's a newer phenomenon than some of the older traditions as well.
Well, isn't it newer for football?
It was.
But the other sports had been doing it for years, for decades, though.
Sure, but not as long as the Olympics. But sure, pre-game, before games. Your thoughts on this, Renee? I think that's the key word there, before games. I see what he's saying. Look, I'm for playing the national anthem. I think this is our country. We should play it. But I'm like Derwin. Look, you got to allow people to do whatever they want to do, as long as it's not disrespecting. And kneeling is not disrespecting when a Green Beret tells you that's what you should do. So you got to shut up and can't say anything about the military at that point. So, I mean, showing a picture of Donald Trump on a flag can be disrespectful to the flag. That's not part of the customs and the culture in our country. That's, disregarding the flag.
Well, Larry,
in some ways.
Larry, slight correction, Larry. Mm-hmm. The Green Beret did not tell Kaepernick to kneel. He said it was a suggestion. Because Kaepernick at the time was sitting down.
Sitting, yes.
Was sitting, and he said to Cap, if you're gonna protest, you're gonna sit down. At least you can kneel with your teammates. Because if you're sitting by yourself, you look like you're disinterested. You don't care. You're just by yourself. At least if you kneel, you could be with your teammates in line, and he would stand with him. So that's where the kneeling came in.
You're right. You're right, and that was the Nate Boyer, the Green Beret, former long snapper with the Seahawks and University of Texas. So we'll see. What happens with the flag and things of that nature. It was just interesting that the former national coach, and it was funny because we're looking for pictures of Bruce Arena last night. There's like one of him before the game with near the flag, and it wasn't even near a flag. It was flag on a jumbotron behind him or something. And so I just thought that was ironic there. Let's head to the phone lines here live on esportsXTRA, the only live call-in sports show talking traditional sports and esports. 877-853-5247. Meeting ID is esportsXTRA 377-678. 9872. Hit the pound button twice if you want to join the show to talk about that and any other topics. Let's bring in OG Ivan, the Kane, not Jerry Lawler. Yes, sir. Ivan, OG Curtis. Where Brooklyn at? That's all I got for you, OG, on Father's Day, bro.
First of all, happy Father's Day to everybody.
Thank you.
Brooklyn is in Dayton, Ohio right now.
Happy Father's Day.
Thanks, man. Good to hear your voice.
Happy Father's Day.
Yes, sir. What was the trip to Brooklyn for, man? I told everybody in the audience you needed some R&R. Is that correct?
To Ohio.
To Ohio.
Yeah, pretty much. It's our bye week next week. A lot of players left out to get recharged. They convinced me to leave. I was gonna stay there, but it was like, nah, coach, you need to get up out and go be with the people you love and get ready for the stretch.
Nice.
So I took their advice.
Well, good stuff, and I'm glad that you made it safely, brother. I'm glad that you landed safely in Dayton, home of the Flyers and UD. Talking here live to OG King Kurt, Ivan Curtis, head coach, NBA 2K League's Brooklyn Nets gaming crew, head coach GM there. OG, let's talk about the NBA 2K League tip-off. The tournament won, of course, by the Raptors. Lost only one game. I think they've only lost one game 4 times this season, so they haven't lost the series yet. Rolled pretty much over everybody. I believe they outscored their opponents by like 220 something points during the tip-off tournament. Kenny got work, was a beast during that tournament. How good is this team, and can they pull off a 2007 New England Patriots and a 1972 Miami Dolphins and finish the regular season at least undefeated? What do you think?
Well, I'm not a betting man, but I mean, I think they pretty much showed to this point, that they're there's no debate right now who's the best team in our league, and they've been steady. All 5 players has been on the court, has contributed very well. Obviously led by, Kenny and his amazing play. In the semifinals, they defeated Gen G. Sikwan, the center. He had a very great series. Almost averaged nearly a triple-double with 13.5 points, 9.5 rebounds, and 6.5 assists. And, the Kings on the other side of it, they defeated Jazz Gaming, and that boy Shots was the player of the series on that side with 16 points, 12 rebounds, and 2 assists. But Kenny, overall was the tournament MVP. Averaged 28 points, 9.5 assists. Was 69% from the field, but was amazing. Shot almost 82%
from 3-point
from
range.
3.
Crazy.
Yeah,
That's wild.
that's unheard of.
OG, real quickly, let's talk about this. We've talked about this a little off air. What in the hell is going on in the Six in Toronto? How are they shooting so well? Why are they greening every damn thing? What can you tell us about their setup and how they're succeeding playing this game when other teams have had struggles at times? You haven't seen them struggle hardly at all, OG.
Yeah, I mean, they're great players. I mean, a lot of people are arguing about them having, top of the line internet and everything like that. But I mean, I'm a no excuses kind of guy. I mean, we all loading up playing the same game, and
yes, sir.
We have to be able to do our jobs to the best of our ability. And with us playing remote play right now, so I'm a no excuses. Just get the job done, and that's what they're doing. They're getting the job done. I mean, the thing about it is this. You can argue anything you want, but one thing you can't argue is that they're coming ready to play, locked in every night. Like they have not taken a game off of any series, of any of the tournament. They haven't took any plays off or anything. And I mean that has nothing to do with connection or anything like that. That's just a testament to who they are as players and
Sure.
and who they are as a team.
Yeah, that's just want to, man. That's we like to call that a professional at bat. That's a professional approach by those guys up there in Toronto with the Raptors uprising. Real quickly, OG, just the rest of the season. You guys are off this week. How does it look coming up for the rest of the season, heading into the turn, and then of course ultimately the ticket? Where are you with the standings, and what are the what is the season outlook for the rest of the year for the 2K League?
Well, there'll be resume play on Tuesday at 7 p.m. We'll be back at it. Next DC, we'll be back at it on the 29th against Cavs Legion. And going forward, I believe the turn will be in July. I believe it's the 23rd to the 25th, and the ticket will be August 13th to the 15th. Regular season play right now, it's still a remote play. But we'll see, what phase we're potentially in by August, and let's hope somebody gets to taste the stage this season. It'd be great to get into our new facility if possible. I mean, but as of right now, you have to take care of business remote.
Yep.
And just go out and compete.
Good stuff. OG, man. Hey, thanks, man, for spending a little time with us on this Father's Day, man. All jokes aside, happy Father's Day to you, brother. You're a great dad. Spend some time with those loved ones, man. Tell everyone in Dayton that we said hello. And Renee, Derwin, jump in here. You guys want to talk?
Yes, happy Father's Day. And tell everyone hello. You were down in my neck of the woods, so I feel like you're a little close to my home. I'm jealous, but we miss you over here, OG.
OG, happy Father's Day, man.
I appreciate it. Same to you, Derwin. Same to you, Larry.
Yes, sir.
Same to you, Kev. I mean, and Renee, you know, keep fighting a good fight. I mean, you making everybody proud, and I'm just glad to be able to call you little sis. So
I appreciate that.
All right.
Hey,
I'm
OG.
glad I got to talk to everybody.
OG, we were telling
Good to
Renee,
hear
man,
from you.
real talk, man. We got her back, dude. We're gonna hold her up. I don't give a damn what's going on, man. She's got us. We're gonna hold her up. You pledged.
Oh no, without a doubt. I mean, you inspired me. So I definitely
guys?
we got. Yeah, this ain't no temporary thing. This is for everything.
That's
life.
a fact. That's a fact.
For
We
life.
stuck. We clank. Okay.
Oh, life.
Okay.
OG, man. Go ahead.
Nah, I missed that. Okay.
That's it. All right, brother. Hey, man, be safe, man. Be well. Enjoy the family, and we'll see you on camera on Wednesday, okay?
All right, OG.
For the next Esports Extra. Is that cool?
No doubt. Hey, no doubt. I'll be there. Y'all take it easy.
Hey, man.
Right,
me and Kevin
All
going
right.
to San Juan, man. We need to talk about that tonight or tomorrow, man. We're booking these tickets the next day or two, dude. If you want to go, man.
Yeah, that sounds like a tough decision.
Hey, be safe, brother. We'll talk to you, man.
All right, y'all take it easy.
Yes, sir. That is
Peace,
OG
peace.
King Ivan Curtis, head coach, Brooklyn Nets gaming
The
crew,
Broski.
UK League. Yes, sir. In the thick of it in the playoff race. Guys, real quick, let's get out of here because I want to get Renee out of here in the next 7 to 9 minutes max. Lamar Jackson was signing some posters, Madden 21 posters. We're going to show the video of it right now. A pretty cool moment. Signing posters not for just anyone. He was actually signing posters and autographing them for Latunchi. That would be Lil Wayne the other day for Madden. So,
Little Tunchi. Hold on. I don't like the way that sounded when you said, say it with some little Tunchi, okay?
Tunchi, yeah, Lil Tunchi, yeah. Lil Wayne, man.
What's Lil Tucci? What? I know who Lil Wayne is.
Lil Wayne, Lil Tunchi.
Tunchi.
Okay.
Derwin. Yeah, no, I mean, that's
his handle actually. His handle actually is Lil Tunchi.
Yeah, Derwin doesn't know that.
Yeah,
Yeah, Derwin didn't know that. Do you know what Drake's handle is?
No, I'm not that into Drake like that.
Champagne Poppy up in this thing. But no, I mean, I think that's like a player's dream, honestly. Like, you know, as you're a young player, like I'm excited just to be in the NBA 2K game. You know what I mean? So I can imagine if I'm on the cover posted up and, you know, I'm the guy. So that's a player's dream.
It's an exclusive club.
That's a player's dream.
Dylan, your thoughts now that you know who Lil Tunchi is? But it was nice. I got a video of him signing autographs.
Yeah.
You know, specifically for Lil Wayne. You know, he was talking to the camera a little bit and hooking him up. You know,
that's awesome. I mean, probably a great moment for both guys, Lil Wayne and Lamar Jackson. Yeah, being on that cover. I mean, you can go back. He's part of history now, part of Madden history, the video game history. You know, everyone doesn't get to be on that cover. There have been years where they had tournaments to get on the cover, but unanimously he was put on that cover. You know, just hopefully he has a good season, he improves, and he just stays healthy.
Don't say that.
I mean, the guy's jumping over sea-doos on the beach. You got to stay healthy. You can't go out there and get hurt.
The only flag football he should be playing should be on a beach, and he's like the all-time quarterback, and you can't rush him.
Yeah,
that's it.
Derwin.
Yes.
Larry's gonna get your autograph copy signed by Colin Kaepernick.
Hey, you can keep that.
I wore a Madden. I wore a Madden 25 shirt last week with my face on it. The one that I think it had Barry Sanders on it. That was Madden 25. That was my first Madden. And the funny thing is, dude, they're gonna have to rename Madden 25. That's the Colin Kaepernick edition right there. That should be the Colin Kaepernick edition of Madden. Just make a special edition.
Ooh, special edition. That edition will be the most. That will be the most sought after edition. Are you kidding me? If they do that, Derwin, everybody will want Madden 25.
Listen,
I'm telling you.
If EA really wanted to get down with the movement, they should have put Cap on this cover and not Lamar. How many people would? They would have bought that? People would have bought it.
People would have bought that, but that might have already been in the works, you know, like that. I feel like stuff like this has been a year out.
They still have the opportunity for the new Xbox and the PS5.
Yes.
So-
Yeah, because
So
I remember. Yeah, I remember. I think there was a dual copy at that time.
Yeah.
It was Barry Sanders and AP
AP.
Adrian Peterson,
Mhm.
Madden 25. So they can always do a couple copies.
Oh
So
yeah.
you're telling me
Covers.
5 years from now they're gonna put a cap on the cover?
I'm just making it up because that's the only one that's kind of open, and it's like they're trying to figure out what they're going to call it because they can't call it Madden 25.
After like 10 years out of the
Nah.
league, we're just gonna put him on the cover.
Well, that's good. Then it's like Hall of Fame status, so that's actually good.
Hall
you
of
know?
Fame. See there? She said it. She said Hall of Fame.
No,
Well,
not that.
Madden 18.
Not
was the
that
GOAT
he's
edition,
going to be
so
in the
yeah.
Hall of Fame. I'm saying usually once you're removed a certain amount of time, then you enter
5
into those
years.
things. So maybe him 10 years removed, it's time for him to enter into that phase. Then okay, I don't know.
Yeah, Duran's head's going to explode.
Dur-
Go ahead.
I know. I just enjoy this. This is
Dur-
great.
Dur-
Yeah, yeah.
Derwin's gonna send it back and be like, "I want Nathan Peterman."
I want the immortal David Fales on the cover. 'Cause
Man,
he's
give me
never
David.
failed at
You
quarterback.
can give me David Craig. I'll take David Craig.
David Craig. Oh, good stuff. All right, guys, let's get out of here. We got like 3 or 4 minutes. Get Trouble, the movie coming out less than 2 weeks. I believe a week from this coming Friday, July 3rd. Good movie. Get Trouble, of course, for the great civil rights icon, John Lewis, the times that he, of course, marched on Selma with Dr. Martin Luther King, the Pettus Bridge, and all of life's work that he's done to promote equality and voting. The great congressman, Good Trouble, John Lewis, Good Trouble movie coming out a week from Friday, July 3rd. We are doing the celebrity stream, the esports HBCU takeover. That's 2 weeks from today, July the 5th. It'll be from 6 to 10 p.m. Eastern. It'll be live on all of our channels, twitch.tv/compete forever, mixer.com/compete forever, facebook.com/gaming/compete forever, and also on youtube.com/compete forever. So that stream, HBCU takeover, we're promoting and pushing voting. It'll be myself and Renee and a bunch of other dignitaries, celebrities, athletes will be joining us.
I'm in there.
Yeah, gonna have right now, fingers crossed, the great John Lewis will be doing an interview with them live.
That'll
It
be
looks like, so
awesome.
that'll be pretty cool to talk to the great John Lewis. So
That's one for the books.
yeah, that's we like to call that. We're gonna put that in the left column.
That's
That's
a win. You better
There it
not
is.
forget it. Don't let me get an interview with the honorable Congressman John Lewis. I'm gonna be sitting here like, now what'd you say? Like I'll be like, I'll be locked in.
Hey, we're gonna be like this. Set up,
Right.
Okay, yeah, that's
Good
right.
trouble. Time to
Good
get
trouble,
in some
yes.
good trouble.
Get in,
Got it.
yes, get in good trouble. The rest of my life, you got it. I will get into good trouble. So make sure, guys, you get out there to vote, and make sure that you continue to support Renee and her causes as well. Real quickly, lastly, before we get out of here in the next couple of minutes, Compete Forever on Black News Channel this weekend. This past weekend, or this weekend, we're still in this weekend. Yesterday, we came on Black News Channel 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. Eastern. This morning, we were on at 11 a.m. Eastern. You can catch us here in about 3 hours and 44 minutes at 6 p.m. Eastern on the Black News Channel. It's our Compete Forever Madden 20 Electric City Classic that was held at Rivers Casino in Schenectady, New York. It was myself, Bart Scott, on the call, and also Yenny Love, Jennifer Figueroa, and she likes to roll those R's. Once again, it's the Compete Forever.
Roa.
Yeah, Figueroa, absolutely. Madden 20 Compete Forever Electric City Classic, Rivers Casino, Schenectady, New York, airing today. The next airing, the last one this weekend, will occur 6 p.m. Eastern time today. So here in about 3 hours and 44 minutes on the Black News Channel. You can get the Black News Channel on Dish Network, also Comcast Xfinity, and also on Charter Spectrum cable as well to watch the Compete Forever. It's an hour show, pretty good. I won't tell you who won, but it was a pretty good final there as well. Check it out today at 6 p.m. Eastern on Black News Channel. Any final thoughts before we get out of here?
Yeah, I want to say shouts to Black News Channel. They're doing a little piece on me, so I just like the family love. They're keeping it in the family. You love to see it. Okay.
You love to see it. I want to see you and what's my girl? The rapper that does that. What's
Cardi
her name?
B.
Cardi B.
Yeah.
I want to see both of y'all
Cardi.
said at the
Cardi.
same time.
Listen, I want to see that too. Okay, I want to see that too.
Yeah, I love Cardi.
Derwin.
You love Derwin? You love Cardi?
Yeah, I love her not so much for her music.
I just like that
love-
she's real. She's authentic. I like she can say whatever else
she's
on her mind.
authentic. I love realness. I love
Yeah.
where she came from. I love stories where people come from the bottom and make it all the way to the top. And I, was following her Instagram way before Love and Hip Hop and stuff. So
Oh,
I
wow.
watched her
Okay.
journey. I watched her journey, and I'm like, I'm so happy for her success.
Yeah.
I love
did not
that more than
expect
the music.
that. That is not
Yeah.
something I expected to hear from Derwin.
Yeah, no, she's doing her thing, man. And
Man.
we got to do some stuff with with her I think it's her husband, right? They got married, right? Yeah, Takeoff.
Offset.
Yeah,
Offset.
I'm sorry, Offset.
You call him
Excuse me.
Takeoff.
Yeah,
Oh,
don't
wait
do
a
that.
minute.
Don't do that. Don't do that. I apologize. Offset. Yes, Offset. Quavo. No, that's wrong. Not Takeoff, but Offset. Not Quavo either, but Offset. Her
Yeah,
husband.
Quavo, Sweetie's boy.
Exactly.
Her
Texaco
boyfriend.
boyfriend. So yeah, Migos. Family. Because Rap Snacks is a sponsor of ours. So we're
Is it
sort of
really?
yeah. Look at all the Madden stuff. Look on TV on Black News Channel. Yeah.
Oh, that's.
Girl. You want a bag? I got a box upstairs.
I'm not listening to anything
Oh,
that
you
you
know what?
offer me
We gotta-
because
no,
I
no,
have not
we gotta
received
bring Renee to the
one
source.
thing.
I got you. When we come to Atlanta, they're distributors in Atlanta. I'm gonna get you a big old box of 50 to 100. You want them?
Yeah, what kind of flavors do they have? I need to know.
All
what
of them. They got Migos. They got Cardi. They got Trina.
Oh.
They got Lil Boosie. They got
Oh,
Master P.
those are the
They
flavors. I
got
forgot. Yeah.
Fabulous. Yeah, they got them all.
She has to go with us.
You got to go with us.
I'm down.
No, seriously. The distributors in Atlanta, where every time we go, I go and get a big old box.
It looks like
We're gonna go by there.
I'm
yes, I got you.
down.
it
Some
looks
of the
like
flavors you want, we're gonna go get you.
it looks like you're doing an arms deal over there.
It's in a resolution. It's in a. No, it's in a not a resolution.
Let's not go at night, okay? So.
No, stop it. It's
Coach K is scared of the streets. I feel like I'm connected to the streets now, so we're good, okay?
It's not even that industrial. The funny part is just they raise. You know how the trucks pull in, and you're raising up. The garage, and you go in, and it's a warehouse. I mean, damn.
Do you have the product?
Do you? We did actually say, "Hey, man, you got their product." We did, and we're loading like 6 boxes.
We went with Amon. Amon went that time with us.
Yeah, AG went with us. He's like, "What the hell's going on here, man?" Like, next dog. Now, shout out to Taylor McCain and James Lindsay, Fly One on Instagram. He is the CEO and Master P as well. CEO of Rap Snacks.
Shouts to you guys.
The ramen
noodles. They got the
I'm
ramen
trying to
too.
get all the rap snacks, all the rap noodles, all of it.
We got you. They've been rocking with us for what, Coach K? A year and a half, 2 years now? 2 years?
Oh, that's big lit.
Yeah, 2 years. At least 2 years.
Yeah. So that's why I tag them on all of our social media. So they're back. They took a couple of months off, but we're back after this pandemic, and they're killing it, man. They're in Walmart. All the great grocery stores, 7-Eleven, they're everywhere now. So it's not just a corner store. You can get Rap Snacks any damn where now. So congratulations to our Rap Snacks, and we'll definitely hook you up, Renee. But guys, it's been a great show. I want to get Renee out of here at least 10 minutes early. Kevin Marmouzette pushing the buttons back there. I want to thank all of the viewers and listeners watching us here. Durham Morrell, brother, happy Father's Day to you, man. You're such a great dad. You're a great husband, brother. You're a good guy. And we joke around the Colin Kaepernick stuff because that's the only time I really get to go at it with you is over that. And then the great Renee. I'm just.
Oh goodness. Enough.
That's all I got, man. That's all I got, man.
This is all I got. I'm still waiting on my headphones. I'm still waiting on this. I'm still waiting on that.
The headphones.
Happy Father's Day.
I'm bringing them with me to Atlanta.
Okay, I like that. Happy Father's Day, by the way, to you, Derwin, to you,
Thank you.
Larry Laptop. Tell all of the kids to treat y'all good, if not any other day, but today I know y'all hear kids in the back over here, so.
Tell Junior I said what's up. Tell Junior I said what's up. But hey, guys, great stuff, man. Let's throw it up one time for two time. Baby, you are a rock star. You are our shero, baby. The shero. That's what she is. The queen of Esports Extra. Guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern for another edition of Esports Extra. For everyone, Coach K, Derwin, and Renee, that'll do it here from the tri-state area in New York, New Jersey, Derwin in Brooklyn, Renee down in the A. So long. We'll see you Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern, Esports Extra. Good night.